These radish greens, I don't think they're daikon. My assistant planted daikon and a greens only variety of radish all over the garden. Neither of us remember which is which. But anyway, these radishes produce greens pretty often and are nutritious. They always seem to have some kind of nutrient deficiency, those spots. A lot of my plants have that. I'm not sure what that is. And unfortunately, a lot of times there's bug eggs or something. Looks like this one is about 99% good. There's one little bug on that one. So it's not like perfect. Uh, it is great. One of the best I've found that I can grow in the winter, though. And obviously, the greens in the summer are a little bit superior. You only have to plant them once. They last year after year. They produce all summer. Almost no insects. And of course, I'm talking about Moringa katuk. Chaya to an extent right here. Oh, longevity spinach. If you fertilize it enough. A lot of my longevity spinach has been dying all over the yard, but in this spot, doing pretty good. It's got some shade. It's actually in cement blocks. That's two. That's two right there in the corner. One in each block, if I remember correctly. It just seems like they're doing good, mostly because I've been giving them urine. Now, definitely gotta wash them, but they seem pretty damn happy. Not every day and not a ton, but some, frequently, a couple times a week maybe. And these are supposed to do well in the summer, but it's mid-December. It's not that hot. So I wonder if I had that wrong and they're actually better during the winter. I'll have to look that up. Comment below if you know or want to be helpful and look it up for me. Anyway, something to keep in mind. You can grow them in such a small container as a concrete block with like low quality soil. As long as you fertilize them, it should be good, and water them. They have some rabbit poop, as you can see. I can't wait to have more rabbits. Not quite ready to expand yet, but they are such a good livestock. That poop really helps the garden. And if you really plan it well, you can feed them entirely from your garden. Only greens. Don't have to buy pellets, but you got to make sure you know their diet real well, because they have nutritional needs and they need variety. You can't just feed them grass only. So currently I just feed them a lot of pellets and some greens, and sometimes a lot of greens and a little bit of pellets, depending on how much time I have. They're doing fine. So these are pigeon peas. They're another summer vegetable. It's a nitrogen fixer. They flower and they produce edible peas that you store. You have to deshell them, so it's kind of annoying. I would prefer personally if you could eat them raw. This one's kind of got both stages on it. It's got all stages. There are flower buds here. There are flowers. There are green pods, which look kind of edible but are not. And there are almost black pods, and there's got to be some black pods around here. Here are some on the one next to it. They're getting darker. I typically wait until they are completely black. But as they're doing this, they fix soil. They add nitrogen to it at least. They're also pretty easy to grow. As you can see, I'm growing them right in the middle of the lawn. I think I may have just threw them. I'm not sure if I literally just shoved them in the sand under the grass. But, one of those apparently worked, whichever one I did. Really did not water it that much. I have a few growing in other spots to varying degrees. Oh, I think there's one. There's actually one. I planted a bunch in this white little tub just to see what would grow. I never pulled anything out, but I did get some peppers to sprout and a lanky ass pigeon pea in that little tray. So that's interesting. I wonder if it's going through the holes. Probably is. Looks like there might be a beat up papaya sprout. bunch of weeds, grass, and spurge or something. That's cool. It's all good. Can only do so much. But I prefer to spend my life maximizing my time doing stuff like this. Although, if I had more time, it would of course be a lot better. I do kind of like it sloppy. The papayas all fell over. I think just about every single one. No, actually, I think 2 did not. And then the rest either leaned all the way and fell over or just leaned a bit. This one just seemed really like it was done producing fruit, and it was kind of crowding the area. So I decided to just chop it. It also has a short branch coming out the side already, so I was like, all right. It had that branch before I cut it, by the way. But other ones were leaning real far down. I knew they were going to fall eventually because so many others did. So I just cut them too, just to see if they'd grow back, and they did. I don't know how good the fruit would be. I should really look at this as I record it. I need to get a head cam. This one's leaning pretty far, but I think I'll just leave it to see if these papaya ripen. Although, unfortunately, it looks like we got something going on. Haven't gotten a chance to look up what that is, but it may be a sort of fly that goes in there and lays eggs. So, actually, I should probably take one down and see what's inside. I can spare one just to make sure. Okay, I chopped open the papayas, or this one papaya I was testing because I thought it might have some fly larvae, just because it looks like it has so much damage. But it appears to be okay. That's good and bad news because I just cut open an unripe papaya outside in the dirt, and I can't eat it now. But the chickens seem very interested. They're all coming right over here only. So they're gonna get this. It also means that my other bigger papaya that I didn't cut is okay. So I'm gonna hopefully get at least one more good papaya this year. That's definitely gonna be something I expand upon greatly. I love papaya. They do need some care, like fertility and stuff, of course, like all plants, but they do pretty damn well in some good compost sand mix type stuff. And I haven't had too much insect problem, but some people around me, I think they probably do. And if I remember correctly, it is that fly that lays eggs inside or something. I finally have been keeping the chickens all inside this run. I feel a little bad about it because, there's nothing growing in there hardly. So it's not big enough. But for now, that's what I gotta do until I can expand it. It's a decent sized yard. This chicken coop is like 10 by 10. It's probably bigger than I need. That runs, 20 feet or something by something, 50. Not big enough, but I got plenty of space. It doesn't feel like enough to me. I need much more than this, and I need way more time to just garden the hell out of it. I mean, obviously I've transformed this quite profusely from a pile of burnt furniture and beds and shit. It was a lot of work pulling all that out, and it'll all be gone, but that is something I just need to accept because I have a good chunk, way more than the vast majority of people in the world, but it's not enough for me, and it's within my grasp to get more right now. So I'm planning on getting 10 acres and just gardening as much as I can, but not making it make me miserable. Don't want it to be too much work, so if my income starts depending on me working my ass off gardening, that's not going to make me happy, so I might have to find something else. I got plenty of little ideas, but I need a decent audience that will somehow pay me for something so I can buy things that I need and pay my stupid motherfucking mortgage. Death block, isn't that what that means? Imagine if you didn't have a mortgage. Kind of seems like a ripoff. Any mortgage, because I got this house that requires tons of money to have maintenance done and upkeep and fill with furniture. I think I'd rather just have 10 acres and a tiny house, or I might even be happy to sit in an RV with several outside infrastructure like gazebo, screen door, maybe outside shower. I think I'd be a lot happier like that. So, making it happen. A little plan. I decided to dig out this spot, till it up and prep it to be a bed. Maybe I should expand it a little bit right there. I'm gonna put carrots everywhere and then a very light mix of wildflowers just to see what happens. I expect there's gonna be some kind of wildflower that's gonna overpower everything else, maybe two, but who knows. So what I'm gonna do is I just have some like kind of low grade compost slash quote unquote planting mix from some landscape yard. I'm gonna throw that and some organic fertilizer, just like a powdery type of different little chunks of brown stuff. Not exactly sure what's in it. And mix it up and plant all that stuff together. Okay, all done. Like I said, I just threw some mixed flower seeds and carrot seeds in this bed. Very, very roughly covered most of it. Left it very uneven. Some parts are covered in straw. I'll probably increase the straw, aka grass clippings from my mower. I'll probably increase those as seedlings come up, if seedlings come up. It seems to be a very large percentage sand, so that might not be that good, but hopefully all the fertilizer I added helps. I just gave it a good water and I'm going to continue for a little bit.